The world of art is fascinating. There's so many different types of art, too many to even list in this video, but something that takes art to another level is animation. From full-fledged TV shows to YouTube animations to storytime animated YouTubers, all of these different types of animations require a lot of hard work to do. Even with YouTube channels like Jaden Animations, who has a whole team working on the channel, that doesn't take away from the fact that animation is time consuming, but if done right, it can make some absolute quality products. Now, I'm no stranger to making art. I'm not good at it, I'm not like amazing. I introduced myself to the world of pixel art back when I was at university, as a hobby. However, one thing that always made pixel art stand out to me was when it was animated, and I always try to do that in my work. However, it was always like very half-hearted. So today, I thought I would fling myself into the world of animation. So here's the plan. I'm going to be going onto my iPad, creating a bit of pixel artwork, and trying to animate it properly, not half-heartedly, but instead fully going into it and seeing what I can do, as somebody who doesn't have any proper experience with animation. So the first step was to figure out what exactly I wanted to dedicate at least 24 hours of my time into creating. Now, I had no idea what to do, so instead I went onto my photography website to gain a little bit of inspiration from there. I looked at the photos that I've taken, you can go look at it too if you like, and I was thinking, okay, what's nice, but what's also relatively easy for me to do? And I stumbled across some subway train pictures that I took back when I went to Rome. And I thought, hey, maybe I could make something subway themed, something city themed. And then I remembered that I took a photo on one of the London Underground tubes. So it looks like I subconsciously decided I was going to make my artwork subway themed. I gained a little bit of inspiration from pixel art that I found on Google, and so I got to work. Since I started quite late, I thought I'd set the mood a bit in my room. You know what they say? A nice room inspires creativity. I'm not sure who says that. So first I had to establish where my main features were going to go, hence, you know, all the squares here. My next problem was knowing what my colour scheme was going to be. Now, I love my purples, I love my pinks, I love my blues, but as I was trying to make it work, it kind of wasn't working for me. So instead, I opted to just make it seem like a very natural sort of setting, you know, kind of greys. You know, I'm not a full-fledged artist, I can't handle all the pressure of creating something that looks aesthetic. Hey, maybe that could be a challenge that I do. Creating aesthetic art. Vaporwave, let's go. So I had some of the details, you know, the chairs and stuff kind of semi-clicked for me. And I made the posters in a way that, you know, maybe if I've done them correctly, you can notice some subtle references. Maybe, I don't know. If you see them, guess, and I'll let you know if you're right. I didn't think of this before, but as I was getting into it, I wanted to add a bit of character to the artwork. So I decided to draw myself in pixel art form, as well as my attempts at drawing a sleeping cat. It was coming up to about 1 AM, I was really into it, because the plan was I was going to create the templates, you know, the template that was hardly going to move, you know, in my bed, and then I'd wake up the next morning and work on the actual animation parts. And that is what I did. You know, I was pretty happy with what I did, sat in my bed. It was looking quite legit, it was looking like a pixel art subway train. So I was getting tired, my creativity was depleting, and so I closed the iPad and went to sleep. The next morning came and I was determined to get this animation right. I was determined to just not be half-hearted about it. I wanted to create a dynamic scene because I'd never done that before. And I knew it was going to be time-consuming, but I was ready for it. So I did some minor adjustments to the stuff that I did the night before, and then I got started on the actual buildings, you know, the things that are going to be animated. My plan was for them to kind of move, so it looked like we were in a moving subway train. And so I thought, hey, I wonder if I can make this easier on myself. I thought, hey, I wonder if I can change the canvas size in order to make it easier for me to animate. I don't know what my logic was, but it totally backfired, because what happened was it resized the entire project, not just that layer. So I lost about half of my work that I did the night before. Damn it! Tragic, I know. I'm dumb. I was very tempted to just be like, do I pick another video idea? But I had invested so much time and so much of my mental energy into getting this work done. I thought, you know what? My cat's gone, my posters are gone, the door's gone. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna make it better. So I redrew everything that I lost. The cat initially took, like, I want to say half an hour to draw. It took me like 5 minutes to draw the next one, and it looks better than the one that I did the first time. I also got rid of the Naruto reference. If you saw that it was a Naruto reference, you must be a big weeb, because I don't think that was obvious. And I replaced the Naruto reference with a subway map. It didn't take as long as I thought to replace. It didn't take as long as I thought to redo. Maybe, you know, maybe that's muscle memory coming into it. And so, after that setback, I actually got started on the animation with no intention of any shortcuts. The animation required me to pretty much copy and paste the buildings frame by frame, which was quite long at first, but as I got into it, it was quite a quick process. Granted, it took quite a bit of concentration. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I also thought that I should animate the inside of the subway cart as well, so I made the sleeping cat actually look like it was sleeping by kind of bobbing its head a little bit. I made my character blink just once, but you know, she blinks. And I kind of made the little sign kind of move as well. And I guess this is how it turned out. Not too shabby if you ask me. I think it's the most happening pieces of pixel art I have ever done. So moral of the story, I guess this is the moral of, you know, this whole trying new skills series. Try something new. If you want to shake up your hobbies, try art. It might surprise you. I tried pixel art on a whim and I ended up really liking it. I don't do it constantly, but I'd say I've improved a lot since I first started, even though I don't do it a lot. So much so that I animated something in full. What on earth? Granted, I would love to do like an actual animation. Like, this is an animation, but it'd be cool to do something like, I don't know, a different kind of animation, just a different kind of art style in general. Like, not pixel art. I would love to do that. Maybe for another time. But again, moral of the story, try something new.